Hi, and welcome back to MRTV. I'm here at AWE 2022 in Europe, in Lisbon, and I'm here with the man who makes it all happen, Ori Inbar, CEO and co-founder of AWE. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, and it's so great to be with MRTV, Sebastian. I'm a huge fan, so thank
Okay.
you for having us.
Perfect, and I'm a huge fan of AWE. It's honestly my favorite event for XR because you're bringing all the XR people together. This is your goal with this, right?
Yeah, it's like a kid in a candy store. We get all the things that we love to have, and bring all the people that we love in this industry, and good things happen. Once we get together in the same room.
Exactly. It's a different thing if you really meet people and exchange ideas with them. It's amazing. But Ori, tell us how everything started. How did you start AWE? And it's 13 years ago, right?
It's exactly right. The first one was in 2010. A few years before that, I started a company for AR, building AR games called Augmento. And at the time, there was very few people around the world that were actually focusing on that, and it was very lonely. So we got together with a few other entrepreneurs, and we decided to join forces and have a meeting. So the first event took place in 2010 in Santa Clara, California. There were 300 people in the room.
Quite a lot already, actually, right?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of fans around the world. We were able to find them and bring them together. And there were about 10 or 15 exhibitors, probably the size of one booth here, the whole exhibit hall. And with a lot of ideas and concepts, not real products at the time. It took a long while, but since then, it grew to become what it is today. Now, it's running across 3 continents: US, Europe, Asia, with tens of thousands of people all together joining these events, and online community that is growing. And we have meetups now in over 30 cities around the world that meet on a regular basis. So we feel like, we've come a long way. And today, it's maturing. We see real products. So that journey has paid off. And I'm really excited to be here at AW Europe.
Yeah, me too. So you really have to go to one of these events. You meet so many people and you meet all the hot stuff. Like I will show you today, like the Megane X and the iJet, right, from Israel, like the first, one of the first projection glasses. So it's going to be super exciting. So you have those huge events like here now and in Santa Clara and in Asia, but you also told us about these kind of meetings. Tell us a bit more about these meetings. What happens there? And where can people find those meetings around them?
Yeah, so before we started this first AWE, I started the first AR meetup in New York City in 2009. There were 15 people in the room, all very passionate about it, and we felt that we cannot wait for the big events. We want to meet on a regular basis, or almost every month if possible. Showcase what's happening locally, as well as bringing some speakers and companies from around the world. And from there, it started to grow. So we decided to call it AWE Night. And now we have it running in over 30 cities, from Tokyo in Japan, through Asia and Europe, in many, many cities in Germany, in Paris it's about to start, all over the US and Canada. And we're also about to start one in Mexico City.
Cool.
So these are, local communities that are kind of a grassroots movement. People meet on a regular basis. And the idea is to kind of create sort of a global connection between all these local meetups, so that, we exchange ideas around the world and then eventually meet in the big events in person. Where we kind of celebrate this whole work throughout the year. And the good news is that now these meetups are all available. You can join them anywhere in the world on awe.live. It's our online platform. It's free. There's over 10,000 XR professionals now on this platform, so you can also meet people online and check out what's happening all over the world.
Okay, perfect. Ori, you and me, we are both very passionate about XR, right? And we kind of show it to the world. I want to know how this started for you. Like, when was the first time that you wore a VR headset, or AR probably? And then, how did it feel for you? And did this spark what's happening now? For
Absolutely.
you, for you.
I mean, for me, after many years, in startups and some corporations, I was working, internet companies and so on. And then in 2007, I decided to leave and kind of look for something really cool that will inspire me for the next decade. And I discovered something that, no, actually, I came home and I wanted to spend time with my kids, and I realized they're always in front of a screen, playing video games or on the internet. And I felt, okay, so you can't tell them not to do this. But on the other hand, I felt like I want them to play more in the real world, with real things like I did, as a kid.
Right.
And that's where I thought, how about we take some of the things that attract kids and adults to video games and internet and bring it into the real world. I started researching and I found that there's something called augmented reality.
Okay.
It's been around for decades and I never heard about it. So I was just blown away. And I felt like this is my calling. This is something I want to do. Of course, this is before the iPhone. So, there was really no device for AR at the time.
It was in your mind.
So yeah, I mean, there was this idea, and I started writing a blog about it, kind of covering some of the demos that were out there. There were a lot of great prototypes and concepts. It became, a very popular blog, and it helped me kind of build a community.
Cool.
And from there, it felt like it's going to be a journey, at least for next decade. We're now in the second decade. I can easily see myself, working in this field for another decade. There's a lot more to do. There's been a lot of progress. If you look at the last 13 years, it's incredible, both on AR on smartphones as well as on devices, and of course VR resurrected in 2012, 2013, and became kind of the brother of AR. So they're really very closely connected. In a sense, we see AR and VR part of the same spectrum, right? The mixed reality spectrum, if you will. So it's all part of the same family. Now that we're kind of entering the mainstream, it's time to really bring it to every person on Earth and make sure that we all benefit from this, because it's great for our for business, for work, also fantastic for your day-to-day lives. And now we're really getting into the point where we need to make it essential to everyone.
You're right, and we're getting there. Slowly, it's crawling into the mainstream, right? It's going to happen in the next few years, I think. So right now, what excites you right now in this year the most about the technology? Is there one certain project or one technology or one headset that you think like, wow, 13 years ago, I wouldn't have not have imagined that we're so far right now?
So, I always get this question, what are some of my favorites in the show? And I have to say, these are all like, my children. I love them all.
I like it.
They're all awesome.
Yeah.
Really, every single one of them.
Okay.
They're working really hard. Some cases in an uphill battle. It's hard to get your AR technology, especially hardware or VR technology, into the hands of people. So I think every single entrepreneur here is just incredible. The things that I'm really getting excited about are some of the new technologies around AR hardware that are promising to really get into the hands of many people. You mentioned iJets, direct retina projection, I think would be really a big breakthrough in AR glasses. But we're seeing some amazing VR headsets coming out here. Companies like Epson, which have shown their glasses, like 10 years ago, are now coming up with new devices, with more kind of response to the market feedback. So you see, very kind of old friends that are now making some progress, and a lot of new friends, new people that are jumping in. You have this crazy thing behind me, the Vitruvian, which is just mind-blowing. I tried it before. My head is still spinning from that. But you see that it's really, we're taking it to all sorts of levels. And also on the software side, things like adapting adapting your game or adapting your environment to the world, wherever it is, which is, right here with Serial and many others. I think it's a really exciting year here in Europe. It's probably our largest expo so far.
Okay, cool.
Even though, it's been after a few years of pandemic. People are excited to get back.
Exactly. So nice to meet you like this.
Yeah, and we also have representation from over 40 countries.
Wow.
Great representation from Korea. We have over 10 metaverse startups here.
Yeah.
and Australia. We have all over Europe, the US, South America. So it's really
Germany also here.
Germany.
A lot, right?
Actually, Germany has the highest number of attendees at this event. Still, I mean, we started the European event, the European edition in Germany, because it was the biggest market, at least in terms of startups,
Right.
and it still is. Still, the most people are coming from Germany.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah, Ori, I have one last question, and this is always the $1 million question. When will this become so mainstream that AWE is going to be bigger than CES?
Oh,
Which year is it going to be?
so I don't know if we want to be bigger than CES, because at that point it becomes really you lose the sense of community that I think is really so important to us.
I got it.
But when are we getting to the mainstream? I think we're there right now on certain levels.
You're right.
So if you think about what's happening on smartphones with Snapchat and Niantic games, that's something that you have hundreds of millions of people. TikTok, filters. So you may say it's like low end use of AR, but it's helping us get introduced to these concepts, and these companies are constantly advancing and really introducing very powerful AR technologies. So that's really the foundation. So by the time we get the glasses and they're really ready for the mainstream, you have all the software ready, all the developers, the people really kind of understanding what this is all about. So that will help grow it fast. And now, of course, next year there's expectation for a big announcement from the Big Apple about glasses. We'll see.
We'll see
if it happens. I've been saying that for the last 4 years that it's coming next year.
But this year is going to happen.
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be the year. So that could be a big game changer. They've been known to time the market really well.
Right.
But Apple is just one. There's so much more happening. So much innovation that I think, again, on some levels we are already in the mainstream. On other levels, it's happening, any day now in the next few years. But it's a long journey. I mean, we're kind of shifting our paradigm for how people interact with computers and the world in such a dramatic way that it's going to take time until people really adopt this.
Sure.
And I think eventually we will all use AR and VR all day long, because it's going to improve our lives. It's going to make everything that we do much more interesting, more engaging.
Superpowers,
and it gives us superpowers. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's absolutely right. So I think at that point, we'll just be happy to use it in a smaller form factor, much more intuitive, much easier to wear, and hopefully, we'll make our world a better place.
I think we will, and we will see everything at AWE. So, yeah, Ori, again, congratulations to this amazing show. What you've done here is really cool and my favorite show. And thanks so much for this interview.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'm looking forward to seeing all the videos you captured here.
I will make a lot now.
Definitely spend a few weeks after the event watching them. So thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you so much.
To see it.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's Ori Inbar, the founder, co-founder, and CEO of AWE. Please leave a thumbs up, of course, and check out AWE Live. This is an amazing show, and make sure to visit the website, and if possible, also like the real thing, because it's truly magical. Thanks so much, and yeah, until next time, bye-bye.